Sup nerds? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm so nervous for today's video because, as you guys saw in the title, we'll be reading books I'm scared to read. So obviously I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, it's like books I'm intimidated by, books I'm scared to read, books that make me so nervous. Like they could be really good or really bad. I'm so scared, but this video should be fun and fresh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about it, but I am nervous at the end of the day. So, pretty self-explanatory. I have 4 to 5 books that I want to read potentially, so we shall see. But first, if you guys like reading blogs, if you guys like watching me cry, and no, just kidding. If you guys will like watching me suffer, if you guys like all the nerdy things, then definitely give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. I'm actually going to show you the books that I want to read because that way I can hold myself accountable. I do and am going to start out with Lights Out by Marissa Allen. I think that's how you say her name. Me and my friend, my friend got me this for Christmas and we're going to buddy read it. So she said last night, she's like, hey, you want to start it? And I was like, okay, that's fine. And honestly, I'm terrified. That was literally my message back to her. I said, sure, but I'm terrified. And she said, me too. So we were both terrified to read this, but I did get it as an audiobook a while ago, honestly, before I even had this, because I heard the audiobook is so good and so random, but actually I think like a year or so ago, a long time ago, the author was sending out ARCs on, not NetGalley though. I ended up getting it on my book funnel, so I have no idea, but I had this book literally a year at least ago, and so I started this, weirdly enough. Different cover and everything. I'll show you if I can. Oh, it's not gonna show you, but different cover and everything, but same author. So I was like, wait, is this the same book? And sure enough, it is the same book. I started it and then I was like, wait, I can't do this. So I stopped, but now I have to read it. So here we are. I'm gonna actually go on a little walk. Well, I'm gonna inside, but I'm gonna walk for a little bit. And so I'm gonna start the audiobook right now. But I'm scared. And then if you guys saw my TBR, you know we have a whole stack of I'm scared. This one also came, my Libby hold came in, so I do have this as an audiobook now. So that'll definitely motivate me to read it quicker. But I'm so scared that I'm not gonna like this, but I know so many people who like it, so I'm like, okay. I feel like I hear mixed things. I hear people who love it or hate it, but I just have to know. This is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I'm so scared of this book, like more scared than any of these other books. This is Monarch by Sophie Lark. I read a lot of Sophie Lark already this month, but I just really need to know what I feel about this book, and so I'm so scared. Dark romance, very scary. And then last, this one was probably the least nerve-wracking, but also I just have a really bad feeling that I'm not gonna like it, and then I'm gonna feel like I have to read it. I don't know. I'm just in a weird limbo with this book. This is The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. So I'm nervous, but we'll see. Potentially this is potential 5th book, The Striker by Anna Huang. If you guys saw my vlog where I was trying to find a 5-star, I started this and only got to chapter 5 and just was like, so it's softly DNF'd. But that means obviously I ended up getting, that means I obviously started it and stopped liking it and not felt interested. So now I'm scared to continue it because people are not loving this. They're not. And it's so big. So I'm so scared about this book as well. So potentially that book. But like I said, we're going to start Lights Out. And obviously I will keep you guys updated. Oh my gosh. I really don't want to DNF it, but I don't want to have nightmares. We'll see. Hello guys. So last night I ended up getting halfway in Lights Out. Literally what's the word? I started it and then just couldn't stop. But I have to say that, like, even though I couldn't stop, I'm not obsessed. I feel like, I don't know, this kind of book, like, for me and my personal taste, I feel like I could either really love it or really, like, I feel like there's a potential. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say that there's a potential for me to really love it, to be honest. Like, I could really love it. If you guys, like, again, I just finished, like, Kingmakers, like, year 3, which is definitely not exactly like this. This is a little bit more psycho, but it's still similar, just like in the sense of extreme, if you will, like dark, if you will. So I definitely have the potential to like this, I just feel like the beginning, like, is just like, I don't know, like, he's talking about loving her and like making her fall in love with him, and I'm like, wait, that's the psycho part. The rest of it is honestly, let's be so for real, it's like, okay. Okay, you can get past the craziness of it, but I feel like it's the like, I don't know, becoming like they feel like they need each other. Like, wait, you guys don't even know each other. You just met. Like, she hasn't even seen his face. Come on, come on. Come on, be for real. So I don't know, that's honestly the only thing that's bothering me, because everything else I was prepared for. I just think, like, I think it's like most, like, half of the book is way too chill for the parts that are way too unhinged, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like they don't go together, some of the parts in this. So that's just, again, that's just me. I know a lot of people who like this book, but so far I'm just like, I don't know, like, if I had to rate it right now, I'd probably give it like a 3.25 or something, which is not horrible, and definitely potential for it to get better, but just definitely not what I was expecting. I mean, like, and genuinely, I don't even know what I was expecting. I definitely was expecting it to be unhinged, but I was expecting it to be like maybe like oh, what is her name? Oh my gosh. Like an Emily McIntyre book, like the Never After series, where it's like dark and like morally right, and then also to be like unhinged with all the content warnings. Like, I thought it was gonna be more like that, if you will, but it honestly feels like a regular Joe Schmo romance, but also with the unhinged bits. So again, it feels like the parts don't match in my brain, but I guess we'll see what happens. I got to page 197. It's chapter 15, so halfway is like a page 200 or something like that. But I didn't want to read a whole other chapter, to be honest, because the ending of this chapter 14 said, okay, I need to be in the right headspace for this, and it's not right now. Okay. But I was thinking, I think I want to start Monarch as well, just because I know that this one also is kind of gonna be dark and crazy, but I want to get past the like fluff in the beginning, or like the introductions in the beginning, so we can get into the action, and that way I can finish these both rather quickly. So obviously I'll keep you updated. I'm probably just gonna sit here and start this, but yes. Hello. It looks like I never left this spot. I did actually, but whatever. So I started Monarch. I only got to page 105, chapter 11, but I wanted to update you guys here because I have to go, I'm going out for the night, but when I come back, I'm gonna try to get like a decent chunk out of this, if not try to finish it tonight, which would be pretty quick, to be completely honest. But this book is less than 300 pages, but also it's very like, it's okay, that's the thing though, it's not quick, it's very slow. Actually, that's a lie, but you want to know what's happening, so you keep reading, if that makes sense. But I'm not gonna lie, it's already a little, not freaky, but like disturbing is the word. Like literally that's the perfect word. It's a little disturbing. And so it's like, you know, something, oh, you know, in your heart, you know that something is gonna go down, and obviously you don't want it to go down because our main girl, I love her so far, Elena, oh my gosh, I love her so much. I'm like, girl, run. But obviously we don't know what's gonna happen. So essentially, Monarch is a hotel, and the owner of the hotel is Atlas, Mr. Man. And though the Grimstone is the town, and basically though, like, just it's a little small town, essentially. But so Atlas owns the hotel, and right now our female main character Elena is staying at the hotel with her fiance. About that. So this is, I thought this was arranged marriage, but it's actually like they met each other, so they both decided to get married to each other after only knowing each other, I think, for like 3 months, she said. Like, it was very quick. He proposed to her and she was gonna come to America. She's really poor and she's always wanted to come to America, so she felt like it was perfect. He has money, so she was like, fine. And she was really liking this guy. Well, now she's in America and homie is disturbed. I'm sorry, I have to tell you, because what? Her fiance is disturbed. And so obviously we knew that from the jump, because this is dual point of view, and so you get Elena's and Atlas's point of view, not the fiance. So you know something's gonna go down with that fiance. But basically this fiance is just like, I don't even know, I'm not even gonna tell you, but it's psycho stuff, like disturbing stuff. He's a little bit disturbed. He also writes horror books, which I'm not saying people who write horror books are disturbed necessarily, but this guy, you could tell, like, he, I don't know, either, this is my speculation, is that either he is actually doing like the actions of the horror books, like he's like actually like he's lived them out, so then he's writing them, or I think that like he writes them, or like he feeds off of other people's like fears and stuff and writes it that way, which is again all deranged, all disturbing. And so that's a little bit disturbing. And then right now we just got to a scary part with something in a hotel room. So it's not like, again, it's not scary, like I'm not like like jumpy, but I'm like yeah, I gotta go read my Bible after this. I don't know, it's like disturbing. That's the thing though. And so sorry, definitely different than Lights Out, because Lights Out you can like kind of enjoy the deranged the unhingedness. This one you cannot enjoy it because you know that it's gonna be bad, you know it's gonna get chaos. Our mailman character, not our mail, who the husband also, sorry, the fiance also has a daughter who's like, apparently she just like doesn't talk, she just stares off into space, like she's just like not, he says she's not all there. I have my suspicions because I read the content warnings, but I don't know, I have my suspicions about that. But so that's a little psycho. But then also she has a caretaker who like is so annoying, like I want to slap her so bad. So again, deranged, unhinged, it's psychotic really. But obviously at the obviously I hope it comes full circle, we get our justice, or Elena gets her justice. And so I'm probably gonna again try to bank most of it out, so that's why I don't want to that's why I was gonna update now. But I also will add that Atlas is the brother of our male main character in the first book, which is Grimstone. And you kind of meet him here and there, but they're both kind of like, I don't want to say like grumpy, but like kind of grumpy-ish. Actually, that's a good way to describe it. Contemporary romance in a gothic setting. Grimstone is very gothic, very grim, if you will, very gothic. So that helps describe, obviously you can see from the picture, but that helps describe it. Anyway, so you kind of meet Atlas a little bit, but like we get to see Atlas just like be so freaking cute because he's like, he is having like feelings for Elena, but she's obviously engaged, and he's kind of like, I need to protect her, and I'm like, please protect her, do it. I'm like, do it. I love it. So it's good. Like if I had to rate it right now, honestly I would probably give it like a 4.25 because I'm hooked. Again, I'm not scared, I'm hooked, but also a little bit concerned. Of course, I'm like nervous for what's gonna happen, but obviously again, hopeful that it'll all work out in the end still. So I obviously I'm sure crazy stuff is gonna happen, like don't get me wrong, but like again, like we hope that the justice comes through, you know. But what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. So anyway, there's definitely potential for it to be even a little higher of a rating if the second half is done correctly. Oh, no. I'm scared. But, oh gosh, okay, whatever. You guys get it, right? You get what I mean. Alright, I will keep you guys updated, obviously. Even if it, I don't know if, no, I'm gonna try to read this tonight, but like, I will obviously update you as well for Lights Out too, but I haven't picked that one up today. Hi guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, updates. I finished Monarch again, like I told you guys I would. And holy freak. Holy crap. Because I don't know, like again, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sure those of you who have seen my videos before, you know this. I don't like mystery, horror, like I don't read any of those genres. And I do like a good romance that has like a subplot of like mystery or something, but it can't be too scary. And I don't know, this was giving. It gave. Honestly, I was gonna give it a 4.5 star, but I was like, okay, like let's not get overexcited here. I really did enjoy it, but we're going with 4.25, and I just felt like it was just, again, like really, because Sophie Lark knows what she's doing. Like, let's be so for real. The romance was just so, I loved it because it's like forbidden romance, basically. So it's kind of like they can't be together, but they want to be together. And I loved that. But then also there's the craziness with, Mr. Man, and he's a little bit psycho, and so that was scary, and you're like, no. And the thing is that what I appreciate about Sophie Lark, there were a couple deranged things that I was like, but they were not, like, I'm sure I mean, I know for a fact it could be worse, number one. Number two, like, she could have written it more, like, way worse, and then it would have been too much for me. So I appreciated that she didn't, like, go too far, but it was still, like, far enough that it was like, what's gonna happen? Like, why is he crazy? Like, she needs to get out of there, like that kind of stuff. And so I appreciate it. I thought she just made really smart decisions. I will say the downfall of this book was the ending because we're like, that's the thing, like someone like wrote that this is more like a suspense, and I think that that's the great way to like describe it. It's so full of suspense, like you're so like, what's gonna happen, that's like, I don't know, that was the joy out of it. That's what makes it a little bit more entertaining, because you're so like, and not the actual like events, if you will, like nothing was like, she wasn't like running through, let's just say, a house being chased, like it wasn't like that, you know what I mean? It was more like, what's gonna happen, like, oh my gosh, like don't go in the pimped out fridge, Jack. That's what it was giving, you know? But the ending of this book, I just felt like it was like, again, I think she didn't want to cross a line, which I appreciate, but I will say it was very rushed. So like the whole like, you know, I don't know, the crazy moment, like the climax of this book happens and you're like, oh my gosh, freaking out. Like your heart is like this. And then it kind of gets over like in one page, it's like 1 second. He did this and this and then it was done. And you're like, come on. And then the epilogues were like itty bitty, and then the resolutions itty bitty, everything is fine. And then, like, then it was like, okay, wait. We needed like at least another 30 to 50 pages, to be completely honest with you, and that would have been chef's kiss. I also wish we knew, like, we got to this is just personal preference, but I want to know a little bit more about Atlas. Like, I want to get to know him. And so, again, those couple things why it's not a 5-star, but like, definitely still enjoyable. This is not going to be for everyone. Read the content warnings, the whole 9. Like, it's not going to be for everyone. But I thought it was super fun. And, I don't know what that says about me that I enjoyed this. I don't know. Anyway, really quick, I have to go log on to a Zoom quick, or a Teams meeting quick, but then I also started Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. You didn't tell me. That's a lie. Some of you did tell me that I would really enjoy this book, and so far, y'all, I'm enjoying it. I'm hooked. I'm only on chapter 10, which I feel like this book is kind of not long, but it's longer than I thought it was, I should say. But it's about it's page 96, so I'm about 100 pages in, close to 100 pages in, and I'm enjoying it, you guys. So far we get the traditional, you know, fantasy romance. It's a poor girl, lives in a poor town, she's just trying to feed her family, and then something happens and she ends up in the face of her enemy. So we just got to the point where she's in the face of her enemy, and I'm so excited. I'm so interested. So I'm nervous still. I'm still not fully like convinced, but definitely obviously gonna keep reading, keep listening to it. And yeah, so far we have a win and a potential win. The only one so far. I will obviously continue Lights Out as well, but like, right now I'm not the most excited about that, so I'd rather try these. And honestly, because this was such a success, that motivated me to read and try the other ones as well. So obviously I'll keep you guys updated. Turned out so good. You guys, I just finished the Red Queen, and truly, thank you. Thank you guys for telling me to read this book. Thank you for the encouragement, because we have a 4.5. Honestly, I think if I would have read this, you know, a year ago, or even just like 6 months ago, before I've read so many fantasy romance, this would probably be a 5-star. I'm not gonna lie. But because I've read so many like other ones and similar ones in the sense, I definitely felt like this was simple in a way, but I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I definitely think it had a lot of incredible moments, a lot of incredible things. The ending, you guys, I was screaming. I loved it, honestly. And again, this is very like simple in a way. It's very like straight to the point. You kind of understand it very quickly. Honestly, this kind of felt like Red Rising, but the young adult, the easy version of Red Rising. But honestly, It was really good. So basically, again, I think I said this earlier, but you know, we have a little girl from a poor small town. She ends up in the hands of her greatest enemy and crap hits the fan. Like crazy stuff. There's secrets that are spurting out. I don't even know what I said. There's secrets everybody has and just so much going on. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like I could definitely see why you either love or hate this book. But I really enjoyed it because for me I don't need a lot of like world building or like stuff like that. Like I don't mind the simple, I'm not gonna lie. And so this one was very like simple, straight to the point, and I kind of loved that about it. I don't know if I was saying this earlier, but it didn't give me that like 5-star feeling, but it definitely was super, super enjoyable. And I'm excited to read the next one. This one definitely has a potential for like the next books, one of the next 2 books, I think it's just a trilogy, to be a 5-star. So I will definitely order the next ones when I can. And yes, that was so good. And so thank you guys, because it genuinely surprised me. So incredible. I was stuck on a 4.25 for a while there. But then the ending, I was like, no, this is so bomb. And that's the thing too, like I can't even think of specifics that in general that I would say are like that I didn't like. There wasn't like specifics. Obviously, again, like I'm sure I definitely think like, excuse me, I definitely think it could have been like a little bit more. I don't even want to say it could have been. Like I would say like if it was a 5-star, I think it would be because it got a little bit more creative. Like I think there could have been a little bit more creative, because obviously I'm sure most of us read this book and kind of know what's gonna happen. It's kind of a little bit like that, but like honestly, again, I don't mind. So I'm so excited. I'm so thankful, because I was really scared to read this book. You guys know I'm not a YA girly for the most part. Like I feel like I either love YA or so like Carval I love, you guys know. Jennifer Lynn Barnes, YA I love. Like so, there are definitely YA series that I love, so don't get me wrong, but it takes a lot, to be completely honest with you. So I was really scared, but it ends up working out, so thank you guys. Honestly, I'm trying to think. I gotta return the loan. That makes me so sad, but it's good that we finished it quick. But anyway, oh, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know what book I want to read next, because I have some options. But I am going on a weekend trip, or not even a weekend trip. It's gonna be like a 4-day trip. So I have to do that. Well, not have to, but I'm going to go on that. And so I'm going to try to maybe listen to an audiobook, but I don't know. I don't have one right now. So the 2 options are The Striker and The Gilded Cage. Oh, and Lights Out. So those 3. So we'll just see what I start, and I will keep you guys updated on that. Like I'm sure I'll pop in like a picture and something, but so far we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 out of the 8 books on my TBR done. Yeah. Very exciting. Okay, I'll keep you guys updated. Oh my gosh, wait, I wanted to tell you that these were the pajamas that I was waiting for. If you guys saw my Galentine's vlog, these were one of the pajama sets that I was waiting for, and so I thought they were so cutie, and so love that for all of us. You will definitely be seeing these again over and over and over again. So sorry, anyway, that's it. Goodbye. Keep you updated. Hello guys. Like I said, I did take a little bit of a trip, so I'm finally back, but I was unable to honestly didn't read very much, to be completely honest, but also I didn't take that many clips or whatever, just because it was a little bit harder. But I do have some updates for you, so here we are. I'm sure you saw, but I did go for a little walk on the elliptical, and I ended up finishing Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, and I'm really torn on what to rate this book, I'm not gonna lie, and part of me doesn't even want to read it, but I think I'll figure it out. I think I just have to sit with like my thoughts for a while, and then I will give it a rating. I think that the truth, like the bottom line is that this book I feel like is supposed to give you a little bit of a giggle. I don't know. It's supposed to be like just pure entertainment. I think there's like, obviously you're not gonna like, you're not gonna get like life lessons or like deeper meanings out of this. Like, I don't think that's this kind of book. So it's definitely for like just to entertain, you know? And so all that being said, I was definitely entertained. It's just like, for me, it felt like, I said this a little bit earlier too, I think, that it felt like a regular romance book, like maybe a contemporary romance, I think they're called, like just a regular romance book. But then the parts that are like more open door, those are the unhinged bits. Like, those go crazy, and those were a little bit of a lot for me. Like, a little bit of a lot for me. And so I was like, ooh. And then I think there was like a sort of conflict at the end thing they were kind of like doing, or problem they were trying to solve, and it was just kind of, that part was weird to me. And so I don't know, like, so all around, like, if you ask me like, did I have a good time? Yes. Was it entertaining? Yes. But would I necessarily say like run? No, definitely wouldn't say run. And then would I say if I recommend it? It really just depends on what you're trying to get out of it. So I will keep you updated on this. My friend, again, I buddy read this with my friend, and she said she loved it. She loved it so much. And then her friend actually was like, right when she was done, she grabbed the book and was like, it's my turn to read it, because, you know, they wanted to read it that bad. I don't know. So it's like really just depends. And I know a lot of people who love this book. And what did I say? I said the audiobook was really good, actually, which was true. And then I said, I think I'm going with a 4-star, is what I told her. I said it was entertaining for sure, and funny, and Josh is like the best. I said it was maybe a little too insta-love-ish, which is true. I said they don't even know each other, but it was a fun time, which is like exactly that. It's true. It was a fun time. It was fun, but it was like they were talking about love on chapter like 5, and I was like, what is happening here? So it really just depends. It really depends. Personal preference. Again, I said 4-star. I'm not 100% sold on that, I don't think, but I will get back to you. Entertainment, definitely a 4-star. Everything else, though, I don't know. And so I don't know if that'll like average out to something a little lower in my brain, or if I'll just stick with the 4-star. So I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated for sure, but I wanted to mention that. I also wanted to pop on because, unfortunately, I think I said I potentially would read this, but I had tried to listen to it as an audiobook, and that's how you know, that's how you know a book should be DNF'd. If I can't read the physical copy, I can't seem to get myself to read it on Kindle, and then I can't seem to listen to it as an audiobook, it needs to be DNF'd. So we are DNFing The Striker by Anna Huang. I am so sorry. And honestly, I'm not even that sorry, because I feel like this book has not the best reviews anyway. And so I'm like, do I really want to put myself through this? No. And I was thinking about it because I was like, I just got approved for not 1, but 2 NetGalley books, 2 anticipated releases that are high on my list, and I don't want to tell you yet, but I'm so excited about them. And like, do I want to waste my time reading this? Absolutely not. So I ended up getting the audiobook. They have accents that are just like not my favorite, and normally I'm a sucker for a good accent. Like, normally I love it, but like, it was not giving, and everything was not giving. And then the main character, Asher, was just also not giving, and I was like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I didn't know how I feel about a lot of things. So I was like, honestly, I'm not even forcing myself. Like, why did I really want to read this? Because I felt like, oh, it's, you know, Anna Huang, and I have all her other books. Might as well get this one. Or I have most of her other books so far. Like, might as well get this one. And the answer is just no. I don't need to. I don't need to put myself through this. So I think I might sell it on Pango, or like see if my friend wants it actually. But I do, if I ever feel like the itch or the inkling or the desire to read this again, I can get it on Kindle Unlimited, or obviously I have the audiobook now. And so I doubt I'll do that, but just in case, you know, I have those options. So this is on my TBR, which sucks, but that means it's off the TBR cart. So technically I would still call it a success of a month if I finish the next book we'll talk about. So this will be the 7th book on my, out of 8 on my TBR for, February, So I feel like it's good. We have a decision. It's not just floating in limbo. If it was going back on the TBR cart, then I would say, okay, wait, that's a fail, but it's not. It's going to be going somewhere else, rehomed, if you will, because I don't want it anymore. I couldn't do it. It has a lot of potential. I just think it needed to be 200 pages less, and I would enjoy it that much more. I would at least, that's the thing though, maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, but I'd be more willing to try it if it was 200 pages less. Like, that's just the truth. So I don't know. The thing is that too, Anna Huang has like some books that I really love and also some books that I really don't like, and so that's why I'm like, it's just not even worth it in my opinion. So we're gonna DNF that. I'm so sorry for those of you who want to see my opinion on that, but I'm sure there are a trillion reviews, and honestly, if you go on Goodreads, it has like 3 point something anyway, so I don't know. I know too, I'm gonna assume one of the other books is gonna end up being Single Parent Trope, which I may pick up. Honestly, I get into the habit where I'm like, I need to read every book in the series, and that's not the case, especially not if you don't like it. So if another one comes out that I like, I may just pick that one up, and it'll be fine. So we shall see. Last but not least, sorry, wanted to mention, I have not started this yet, but this is The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. This will be the final book in this video, and this is the final book on my TBR, so I really want to read it, but I'm so scared about this book because The Prison Healer ended crazy, and so I'm like, I know we're gonna go on a journey in this, and I'm literally scared, but I'm really excited about it, so I don't know. But the problem with this one is that it's $20 for the audiobook on Audible. So instead of purchasing that, I just have to wait until my credit comes in. And I listened to the first one on Audible and I loved it as an audiobook, and I loved it. And so I really want to listen to this one again. So just to give it its best chance of success, of being getting a good rating. So that was a lot of updates, lots of things I had to say, but yes, now I'm nervous. It's like I was really excited because we had some really great books, but now I'm like, oh no. We'll see. But anyway, yes, I will keep you guys updated. Hello. So I just got halfway on The Gilded Cage. It's so funny because I feel like this book, it's like the kind of book where the whole way through, from the beginning, like the 25% of the way, now halfway, I still feel the same fear. Like, I'm still so scared to like finish this book because I just know that the other shoe is gonna drop and it's gonna drop hard. Here's the things, like, we kind of know what the other shoe is genuinely, but because it dropped at the end of book 1, but I feel like it's just like we're in this constant like waiting game almost, and that's what is driving me nuts, because it's like it's definitely a love-hate relationship with this, because I love feeling so into a book that I'm like, what's gonna happen? But I also just hate this feeling of not knowing like what's gonna happen, and then you like know that the thing is that what gets me mad is that you know that whatever happens, it's gonna be on Kiva. It's gonna be on Homegirl, and that's what makes me so like, ugh, like I'm like, girl, just don't make the wrong decision, please don't do it. And so that's what's driving me nuts. But like, I'm honestly really enjoying this. I love Jaren so much, and I love so many other characters as well. Like, all the characters in this I just love. And so except for, oh my gosh, except for Homegirl, I don't even want to tell you who, but because I don't remember her name. But there's this girl who she's so annoying. She's so annoying, but I'm just interested to see where we go, because honestly, when I thought that I knew the direction it was gonna go, we get some characters who say some things and like say certain things, and I'm like, oh, okay. So like you could switch up and like just different things like that. So I'm like hoping that it's more unique than in my brain that I think it's gonna be, because I thought it was gonna be pretty straightforward, but it seems to be like pretty like anything could happen, which is also what's like driving me insane, obviously, because it's like anything could happen literally at any point. And so we shall see. I just wanted to like end. I want everyone to live, and I want no one that I like to die, and I want everyone to be forgiven, and that's what I want. And so we'll see how this goes. It could, again, go multiple different directions. So I'm actually excited about it, and that's okay. It does take me a little bit, like, so every time I start reading it, I can like keep listening. Well, I'm listening to it, but like every time I start to listen to it, I can like listen for quite a bit of time, because these chapters are long. They're so long, but I can listen for quite a bit. But it's like getting myself to like start listening to it, that always takes a little bit. I'm like, you know, the journey you're gonna have to like, I know the journey that I'm gonna have to take. So I'm like, okay, gotta like get myself prepared, and I'm like, okay, now you can listen. It's just like I don't like, there's a lot of suspense in a way, and not like scary. I mean, almost scary suspense, because I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like, I have to explain it without explaining it, like, because I don't want to spoil it, because honestly, this whole book, like, honestly, knowing anything about this book may spoil book one for you. I'm just being completely honest. So it's difficult, but it is very, very exciting and interesting. So obviously I'm gonna try to finish this ASAP. Did I tell you I got halfway? Chapter 18, page 217. And yes, whew, it's difficult. It's hard. But yeah, honestly, after this book, I don't have any other books to read. This will be the last book on my TBR, so I'm hoping to finish this pretty soon. Yeah, guys, okay. I will obviously keep you guys updated. I'm going out right now, so I won't be able to read tonight, maybe a little bit, but probably not much. But hopefully I can finish this in the next couple of days. Literally, I kid you not, I'm looking right now on my Kindle to see how much the ebook for book 3 is, because I thought this was so good. Hold on, we have to see how much this is. I think I will get it as an audiobook as well, but I just like to like listen to it and read it sometimes, so I'm like, let's see how much it is. Oh, of course the Prison Healers is on Kindle Unlimited, but not book 2 or 3. Well, while that loads, I just finished The Gilded Cage. You guys, what? This book was so good. I was close to a 5-star there. I really was. But I'm gonna go with 4.5 stars just because genuinely, Kiva makes me so mad. She makes me so mad. And I'm like, Kiva, wake up. It's time to wake up, because you're living in La La Land and you need to get out of La La Land. So that's and that genuinely, like, as much as obviously it annoys me all the chaos that's happening, because I want it to be fine and dandy with daisies and roses. But that genuinely did make me mad because I'm like, she could have wrote Kiva a little bit more aware, a little, like even just the slightest bit more aware, because Kiva's truly oblivious, and that is what I struggle with YA sometimes, is because you're like, bro, are you really that oblivious? I'm not so sure. Like, truly, there's no way you're that oblivious. But there's so much I love about these. I love the story. Jaren, I don't know why Jaren is not everyone's book boyfriend of choice, because I love him so much. I'm so scared for what's gonna happen in book 3, but I'm so excited about it because I'm like, oh yes, we made it through this book. Honestly, Lynette Noni made just such smart decisions with a lot of this book as well. Just the flow of it, right when I was like, okay, come on, things would pick up, things would change, and so I was just very excited about it. She made like, oh, there was great plot twists, great characters who were like, who knew stuff that you were like, what? Like, really shocking. So all around, it was an incredible book. There are moments when it does feel YA, of course, but I think like in general, it's honestly just Kiva and her character, because I feel like everything else felt like really good, like a regular, like adult book, if you will. I don't know how to explain that. Like it didn't feel YA-ish. It was just the decisions Kiva was making genuinely. I'm like, Kiva, literally all you have to do is get help and not try to do it all on your own. And Beavis here is like, oh, let me go. She's like, jumps on a horse. She's like, let me go here by myself. Let me come back by myself. I'm like, girl, this is the problem. This is the stupidity. So anyway, no, this was definitely a success, and I'm probably gonna start book 3 right now. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm really excited about it, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. But we're gonna end this video here, and I will put book 3 in another reading vlog coming to you in March. Just a quick recap. I think these are the only books we read. Honestly, it felt like so long ago. But I did start and finish Monarch by Sophie Lark. I ended up going with 4.25 stars. This one surprised me too. I mean, honestly, this video was like a success, the most shocking success I've ever experienced in my life. Then we have The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This one ended up going with 4.5 stars, but yeah. Then we ended up finishing Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. This one I ended up going with 4 stars. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with the 4 stars because when I think about this book, I think about the funny moments, to be honest, so it's fine. And then we did right now finish off with The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni, which again, 4.5 stars. But I do want to mention that I had decided in this video to DNF this, and I'm sticking with that. Honestly, I just want to get it off out of my collection. But you'll probably see it in my reading wrap-up, just one final, I DNF'd it, we're getting rid of it, kind of thing. But yes, all right guys, that is it for this video. I would say it was a success, genuine success, and that means I completed all the books on my TBR, or like, because I didn't complete the Striker, it's still getting off my TBR cart, so I'll count that again as a success. So that makes me super, super happy. And yes, I will see you in my next one. Bye, nerds.